Yo, what up, you guys? It's Corey here, and today we're gonna be telling the story time of how I almost fought a grown man, basically. So a little backstory to the story. Like my dad stays between Tampa, Florida, and Dallas, Texas, and at one point he stayed in Tampa, Florida, but he usually stays in Dallas or whatever. So me me and my sister live in Augusta, Georgia, and my brother lives in Miami, Florida. So as you can imagine, the trips from his place to ours is kind of long, because even the trip to Tampa from Florida is a long trip in my opinion. But anyway, so for this summer we were staying in Tampa with him, and we were going to and we did a lot of stuff, but we used to go to the basketball court. It was a basketball court that was like 5 minutes away from his place, and every like Wednesday we used to go and play over there, and we played with a whole bunch of people we ain't know. Like it was at a gym that my dad went to, so my dad knew some of the kids that were in there, but he didn't know the ones that were in there when we went. So we used to go like every Wednesday, and I kid you not, like we used to run the gym, man. Like nobody was ever even touching us on the court, bro. Like we used to like beat everybody. But the thing about it was that my brother, he was chubby. Like he was I'm not gonna say he was real chubby, but he was chubby enough to, like, if you were picking teams on the pickup court of a whole bunch of people you don't know, he would be your last pick type of thing. So my brother was real chubby at the time, so nobody really was paying him no attention. And my dad, he was real toned. Like he had muscles and all. So my dad was like real big. So you would think like, yeah, I'm gonna pick him up for my center position. And me, I was real lengthy, and I was kind of toned like him too. So people took me serious when I played too. But anyway, so like when we used to go, it was never like a lot of people there when we used to go at first, but like it was open like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but we would always go on the Wednesdays for some reason. But one day we went on a Tuesday, and when we went to the court on a Tuesday, that's the reason we didn't go before was because it was so busy on Tuesdays. Like everybody came to the court on the Tuesdays, so instead of letting us run a regular pickup, which is 5 and 5, 10 people or whatever, they had like a whole bunch of people out there, so they had to run by threes. No, they didn't. They had to run by fives, my bad. But they had like certain teams would have to get next and be there at a certain time and write down the dudes who they were gonna have on their team. And they had a timer of like 3 minutes, or you went to 7. So anyway, so me, my brother, and my dad, we got there, but by the time we got there, it was already full. So everybody was like it was like everybody was already playing or whatever. But so me and my dad and my brother, we finally got on the court. And when we got on, like the very first game, bro, like we ran the court, like we shut the whole gym down. Like nobody was saying anything. Like everybody was kind of just like, you get what I'm saying? Like everybody was kind of just like shocked because we came on the court and we just ran it. Like nobody was messing with us, and like we was just like the best team on the court. Like my brother, like you wouldn't think, like if you looked at my brother, you wouldn't assume that he's like a good shooter, because like I said before, he's chubby and he doesn't move around when he plays basketball. Like he kind of stands in one spot, so you wouldn't think that he is like the ideal best player on your team. But he was, like, when he was shooting like Steph, like I'm not making this up, like he would shoot from way behind the line and just be making them. And he was shooting better than me and my dad. But anyway, so we took over the court or whatever, and then a new team stepped on. So the new team, they had like dudes that were like my dad's size, because my dad, he's like 6 foot. So he's like 6 foot, and I told you he's toned. So the dudes that we played against, the second game that we got on, that was all their team consisted of, was big old dudes that were like my dad. So when we played against them, as you could imagine, yeah, they beat the life out of us. So, but anyway, but it was cool though, cause we wasn't really tripping. It is what it is. So this is where this is where all the stuff started, right? So what happened was when they beat us, I remember like it was like a minute left on the clock, and everybody was kind of just like relaxing, right? So their biggest player, he was down the court under his basket, and I believe I was at the 3-point line under his basket. So they threw it down to him, and I was close enough to him where I could block it if I ran fast enough. And in my head, that's what I was thinking. Like if I ran fast enough, I'd be able to block it right out his hand. Not because I was trying to show off or nothing, but I just wanted to do it. Anyway, so when he caught the ball down the court, I jumped at him and I hit him. To this day, I'm not sure where exactly I hit him at, but I know it was enough to make him mad. Because like when I jumped up and I hit him and I came down, he was in my face. And he was 6'2", so like my dad, he was just like my dad or whatever. So when he got in my face, I was like looking at his chest and he was looking down on me. So when he did that, I noticed that he was so much taller than me that I could see the bottom half of him. And I noticed that his fists were balled up as if to signify that he was finna hit me or something. So he just said like, don't do that or whatever. So at this point, like I just looked him dead in the face with no emotion and like at all. I just said, bro, that's defense, bro. And I kind of just stood there because the reason why I didn't start with him was because I wasn't mad. Like I didn't really care too much for what he had to say or for what just happened, because I did it intentionally. So when he tried to like check me, it didn't really faze me at all because I didn't really care what he had to say, because I mean he didn't hit me, so I didn't have a problem with him. So anyway, so everybody from our perspective, from me and his perspective, it wasn't that much. It was just him trying to check me. But from everybody else's perspective who was watching, we were about to fight. Because everybody else, like a second later, like everybody's trying to pull him back and everybody's trying to pull me. Well, my family was trying to pull me back, but everybody else who was there was trying to pull him back. So he ended up getting into it with my dad though, because my dad was the one who was really fouling him, but he never said anything to my dad. He waited till I did something. And now you want to start with me because I'm smaller than you. But anyway, I kind of just walked off because I wasn't mad at him. Now, if I was mad, then it probably would have turned into a fight or something. But because of the simple fact that I did it on purpose and I wasn't mad at all, it just didn't faze me. Like, it didn't bother me at all that he had said that. I was just like, okay, whatever. So anyway, so we walk off the court or whatever, and we just leave. Because, I mean, everybody... The thing about it was that when we went to that court, what we weren't aware of was that everybody around us had like cliques, basically. So they had, you know how when you play pickup basketball at somebody else's gym, everybody there already knows each other. And y'all know how you are when you pick teams. You're picking the people that you know. If you know somebody can hoop, or if that's your friend or they drove you there, you're going to pick them up on your team, as sad as it sounds. Even if they like the worst player in the world, if you drove them there, or more importantly, if they drove you there, you gonna pick them up or whatever. So with that in mind, like we already knew that these dudes was clicked up, and they all was clicked up with homeboys. So when this went down, all of them were trying to grab him, and none of them was even close to me. Like the only person that was really close to me was my brother. So nobody else from their clique was grabbing me. Now, yeah, right after this happened, me and my dad and my brother, we left right away. Because, I mean, we didn't want to, like, push it no more. We kind of just was like, okay, whatever. So then, like, we was already ready to fight. Because we already knew what was up. And we knew that everybody was in cliques after this. So when we went out, because old dude, after this happened, he he left the court. Like, he didn't even stay on for the next game. Because if you won, then you got to stay on for the next one. He walked off. He left and went outside, matter of fact. I think he left too. He left before us, though. So when we went outside, we was already ready. Because the first thing that came to my head was, if we just got into it with bruh and everybody around here is part of his clique, when we go outside, they're going to try to jump us or something. So I was already ready. Like, I had my phone in my pocket. I wasn't holding nothing, bro. Like, I was ready to fight. But when we went outside, it was cool. Like, nothing was going on, and we was just kind of chilling. So anyway, so like, yeah. So the next day, this is what happened the next day. So the next day we went back, and when we came to the court, he was already there. He was already on with some other team, right? So me and my brother sat on the bench because I believe my dad got picked up, but we didn't. So me and my brother was sitting on the bench, and dude was like taking like these crazy shots, and he was missing like every time. Like, he was missing like every single shot he was taking. So me and my brother was on the bench just dying laughing. Like, we were like, and we didn't care that he was watching because we knew he was. So we didn't even really care, to be honest. Like, we kind of just was like, whatever. Like, we didn't care. We knew. We were laughing loud too, and we would laugh like when he would cross us. Like every time he would walk across us, we would laugh at this man. So eventually, the team that was playing them got put off. So then I became the captain because I got next, and me, my dad, and my brother got on. Now, they beat they beat us. I believe they skunked us, matter of fact. But it was cool though. Because it was cool with me though, because I mean it's basketball, and it's pickup basketball at that. It's not professional, so it doesn't really matter to me. So anyway, so like when we got on, and he was dunking too. So he was dunking. He was only dunking when we were on the court. When we weren't on the court, he was just laying the ball up. So every time he would dunk, I would be in the paint. And he, like I said, he's 6 foot, and he's a big old dude. So if he's driving to the basket, I'm not going to get between it. So when he would drive, he would look, I swear to God, he would dunk and hang on the rim, and he would know I'd be standing right there, and he would be staring at me. Like, he would stare me down every single time, right? So he would stare me down every single time, and he would just try to get my attention. But I never really cared too much for it because, I mean, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care. You're not phasing me. You know, I really don't care as much. I could tell he really did, because he really took the argument to heart or whatever. I didn't. So anyway, so they dropped us off, and then when we left, he was just like, he was doing a little Damian Lillard wave, and he was like, next. So the only reason that the story didn't continue was because when we got off the court, like, it just happened to be the last time we would go, because we were only staying up there for the summer, and the summer was like gonna be over right after this last hoop session. So this was the last time that we went to that court. So as of after that, it was over, and you know, everything kind of ended. My dad still goes to the court, but he said he never saw him again after that. So we don't really know what happened to him or whatever. But yeah, so that's my story time of how I almost got into a fight with a grown man. It was fun, and yeah, of course I'd do it again and a million times more. Cause I mean, it's whatever with me. I get on the court, I'm ready to rock no matter what, especially when it comes to my family. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. And I can just say I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Tune in to the next one.